Hi, I'm Greg Finn,
And I'm Jess Budd.
and it is officially Marketing O'Clock here at Cypress North on this beautiful Friday the 13th of July 2018. And this is one of our biggest weeks that we've had to date in regards to news. And so we're going to run through all of the digital marketing news from the past week. You can catch us here on YouTube or also in podcast form on your favorite podcast player. And we film this live without a net, unedited, uncut, straight to you.
Straight to you, yes. And if you're following along with us, make sure you go to marketingoclock.com for the show notes. We'll have links to everything that we're talking about here, all of the articles. You can watch the video, whatever. Get
Great.
excited.
And first up, this week, Google had their Google Marketing Live event. And this was for Google Ads, aka Google AdWords, RIP in peace, Google AdWords. And they had a variety of announcements that came out. And this originally started, or had been announced on May 4th of 2018 here, but it was about responsive ads. And these are
For
now
search.
for search, responsive ads for search. And previously they're in beta, and they're now rolling out. The beta was successful. And what's going to happen is anybody using Google Ads for search is going to be able to have 15 headlines and 4 descriptions. Yep. And what's going to happen is 3 of those headlines are going to show. And Google will be using their machine learning and AI to craft the best ad for you. But again, there's some big benefits to advertisers, because not only do you get 2 headlines, you now get 3. You get 10 extra characters in your descriptions. One of the biggest drawbacks that we've seen in responsive search ads so far is the fact that you can't actually see what's working. And that's a huge drawback to advertisers. You know, like, I don't know which combination's doing well, and Google doesn't report on that. Hopefully that's coming soon, but you know, as of Friday the 13th here, we don't have it.
So we just have to, trust the machine.
Yes,
Right?
machine learning. Give it all to the machine.
Okay.
Okay, next up, Google has announced we've kind of seen this coming for a while, but a shift towards trying to drive people in store and local campaigns. Again, they're looking for more store visits, and they came up with a few different new conversions. We'll get to that in a moment. But it's actually a new way that you can set up the campaign, is that it's not set to drive people to a website or for conversions or for app installs. It's instead very much local.
Which is really, really awesome too, because this is something that is available, right, for everybody. It's not just advertisers with hundreds of thousands of impressions and lots of data. They're rolling this out to small businesses as well. So used to be that you could see store visits for multiple locations, right? But now if you just have one location, you can still take advantage of this, which is really cool.
Absolutely. And in that same vein, they came up with a hotel campaigns as well. Okay, there's also goal optimized shopping campaigns that Google has now rebranded as smart shopping campaigns. And this is a shift where Google is again going to be using machine learning. If you're playing the machine learning drinking game during this event, you unfortunately died of alcohol poisoning. But this is really going to take a look and allow you to go towards either goal value, revenue, or ROAS, return on ad spend. So there's some cool new ways, and then again, you're going to be using that Google knowledge to really help extract the best results. Also, YouTube now has some brand lift opportunities. There's going to be potentially some forms that could be showing up in the coming months in YouTube. And Google is one of the big things that there's a lot of talk about with smart campaigns. And what a smart campaign is it's again, the machine learning flavor to new Google Ads, where you don't have to do anything. In this case, you don't even need a website. You need a Google My Business, which you've been saying is Google's really working on. And you need to have some ads and some themes, and Google will do the rest. Me,
Yeah, to you, what?
scary.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th style.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Scary.
Move over, Jason Voorhees. Google is here.
Right, and there was some people that were commenting and actually engaging me on Twitter and talking about the fact that it's good for smaller retailers that don't have the time to update their store, and they don't need a website anymore. I mean, if you don't have time to update your store, we've got bigger issues. Or if you don't have time to make a simple website and maybe tie in an Instagram or something like that, there's, again, bigger issues there. The one thing that we always like doing is saying, hey, build on your own land, right? And when you start doing something like this, well, guess what? Now you've lost the ability to say, I'm going to throw a Facebook retargeting pixel on there. Or if I'm a retailer, I can't put Pinterest retargeting on there. So I think that this is a solution. It's just nothing I'd ever use. But kudos to Google for making it. And lastly, there is now cross-device reporting and remarketing data that we're going to be able to see in Google Analytics. We've been able to see the data in AdWords, aka Google Ads, for a little while. And now we're going to be able to actually see that data reported in Analytics. So super exciting.
Awesome. Well, I love data and I love reporting, and if you love those things, we have news for you. Rolling out as of July 10th, so 3 days ago, data blending is now available in Google Data Studio, and what this means basically is you can, in your reports, blend, for lack of a better word, multiple data sources. So cool thing about this is you can combine charts with things like data from Search Console and Analytics or AdWords, and it used to be that those all had to be reported on separately, if at all. Now you can put them into one nice chart. There's also options for you to pull in external data, so things like weather data, or if you have things from your CRM that you want to pull into your reports, you can now do that in a beautiful and easy way. And the biggest benefit to me is if you have multiple brands that you're reporting on maybe, or multiple websites for the same client, you can pull all of those, if they have different GA views or properties, you can pull them into the same report in Data Studio, which to me is wild, and I don't know why it wasn't that way the whole time, but
yeah,
it's pretty awesome.
And this is, it kind of got overlooked with everything that's happening, but it took Data Studio and made it from something useful to something that's powerful. That you can mix and match everything. It's not just one and done reporting. So something to look for, and you can do that. There's a button that says blend data.
Yeah.
So if you have it, get blending.
Yep, and check out the show notes again for a link to the article that fully talks about this. It expands on everything that we mentioned and shows you just how easy it really is. It's just as easy as Data Studio ever was. So,
great.
Awesome stuff.
Okay, next up, YouTube is aiming to show more authoritative search results around news topics. And so basically, Google has set up this Google News initiative back in March, trying to help journalism thrive in this digital age and, hopefully get more YouTube revenue coming in for them. And so they had a couple things where they're committing $25 million to expertise, innovation, funding, support. But really, one of the things that you'll see is that they're coming up with some new results that are going to show the fact that they're trying to give more sources for breaking news, and something that is pretty tough. They're showing little clips, little snippets of videos that are out there related to a specific scenario or something current or trending, and trying to get people good, unbiased sources on video. So again, just something to consider for the push towards video.
And they also mentioned they're fighting fake news a little bit, and they're going to put more information on hot topics, if you will, like the moon landing, because there's some fake news out there about that, depending on which side you're on.
So. Oh, don't get me started on that. All right, and that brings us to the lightning round. And first up, Twitter now lets people or advertisers take over the Explore tab. And you may have seen this if you've been using Twitter lately. Disney took it over with, I think it was a Christopher Potter?
Christopher Robin?
Christopher Robbins. I took like Harry Potter and Christopher Robbins and turned them into a blend. Hit the blend button.
Ooh, hit the blend.
There we go.
It's really cute, guys. If you like poo, check out the link.
Yeah. So if you go there to the Explore tab, you'll see there's the opportunity now to have a big visual banner with a GIF or image, and it kind of beats down some of the organic information in there, but it's a really good way to get some mind share. But again, check that out on the Explore tab.
Woohoo! All right, Facebook has been testing augmented reality in the news feed. So this was something that they were already doing only in Messenger, which is kind of dumb. So good on them. They're testing it out now in the news feed. Basically, select advertisers are able to put things like glasses or makeup on their potential customers. Greg, you look real fancy. Do you like those?
Here we go. Oh,
Oh,
look at this.
oh my.
Got some glasses
Look
on
at
me.
you. You look great.
And if you want to see what we're talking about, to any podcast listeners, check us out on YouTube. We're going
Yes.
through some AR here on Marketing O'Clock.
Yes, and if Greg likes the glasses that he's wearing, he can click through the ad to buy them from his Facebook feed these days. Sweet stuff.
Yep, and this again is one of the first things that we've seen on this on the advertising side of it. Amazon does have some product-based things where you can see maybe like what a chair would look like in your room. But again, it's really cool, and there are actual good uses of it. And you know, the glasses were kind of joking, but that's a fantastic way to
Yeah.
see what a product might look like on your face.
Yeah.
So, really cool stuff.
Because who wants to go to the store, right?
Nobody.
Try on digital glasses and bye.
There you go. Okay, Twitter is going to be making some changes to follower counts. There are many accounts out there that Twitter had seen some suspicious activity and had locked those accounts, and there's going to be a kind of a big cleansing of those accounts. So I think the average they said is people may look for a drop in 4 Twitter followers
Or less.
or less. But I've got a feeling that if you think somebody out there is buying followers, have some fun, see how many followers they have today, and then see how many they have on Friday the 20th here. And there may be a substantial drop.
Yeah. I thought it was really cute too that Twitter said, well, we understand this may be hard for some. If it's hard for you to lose 4 followers, you should go outside.
Take a walk.
Take a walk. All right. Oops, I'm skipping stuff here. Okay. Google. You've used it. You've probably clicked on an ad in the search results and got to a website, found you didn't like what you saw, went back to the search results. We all do that. If you're doing that now, you may see people also search for, I put that in quotes, those results mixed in within the ads, not the organic, which is kind of crazy. There's some downsides and some upsides to this, depending on how you want to look at it. The downsides, obviously, is if somebody lands on your site, bounces back, they might get a suggestion for a competitor. And it could be distracting, quote, from ads, but it's also, on a positive note, a really good way to do some additional keyword research. Maybe see what other people are searching for when your ad is served, and also get some ideas for different landing page testing that you could do, or even ad copy to try and get people in based on what other people are searching for. So, kind of cool, but kind of weird. We'll see.
Great. All right, Reddit ads. Reddit has introduced a new call to action button. So instead of saying, we've just got an ad and you click through, you can say things like sign up or learn more or subscribe today. And really, if you haven't used Reddit ads in a long time, it's a whole new world. It's like Aladdin in there, where the ads are huge, like enormous, really colorful ads. They're not the boring things before. So if you're into, Jafar and Jasmine and all that, and looking for something all new, check out Reddit ads. And this is just another nice upgrade.
Sweet. In other nice upgrade news, YouTube now has a copyright match tool. This is new. It is, quote, designed to find re-uploads of your content on other channels. So the nice thing about this is that it will look for, again, other instances of the same video that you have uploaded. It doesn't check for clips, though. It's the video in its entirety. So there's other ways to handle if you feel like you're being bit, I guess, on clips. Check the article for details on that. But this tool is pretty awesome. If it finds a match, it will give you different options for how to handle that. If you want to just let it go, or if you want to contact the people, all kinds of things that you can do there to protect your intellectual property. This is rolling out next month to channels with 100,000 or more subscribers, with the goal of eventually getting it to absolutely every single YouTube creator out there. So,
Right.
cool
We're going to
stuff.
be able to stop all those thieves here stealing our Marketing O'Clock content.
Stop doing it. Quit it.
Okay, and next up, SparkToro has released a new free tool that will determine the true influence of a Twitter account. So for those 4 people that were worried about their 4 followers they were going to lose, you can head over to SparkToro /tools/SparkScore, and you can get a score. And it actually seems like it's working pretty good. You can toss in some information. You get a score out of 100 and see your influence. And, it's nothing's perfect, but again, it's not too terrible. So
Yeah. For those of you listening to the podcast and can't see the sad face that I'm making, it's because my score is a 1 out of 100.
well, I mean, it could have been a 0. So let's look on the
Thank you,
bright
Greg.
side.
Yeah, you're a 3.
I'm a 3? I
It
thought it was
checks.
like a 23 or something.
Oh, wow. Clout
Oh,
score?
who
I don't know.
knows?
We'll check. I might be wrong. Sorry. He's 23. We'll go for that. All right. Last up, if you use Instagram stories, there's a new sticker. Oh, see? A new sticker available to you. What does that say? Why are we so awesome? My mom must be watching. You can now ask questions in a sticker on your story on Instagram. Super cool. It's fun for everybody, but brands can use it obviously to get feedback on things or just to promote extra engagement. So super cool. Play with it. Looks like that.
Great. And now to our must-read marketing article of the week, an article that is too long, too in-depth, too informative for us to recap in full here on the show. This article is called Positioning is the Part of Product Market Fit You Are Likely Ignoring by Devesh Kanal on Grow and Convert. And sometimes digital marketers, we can get too tied up in just some of the systems and processes, and we kind of forget about that fit. And I thought that this was an absolutely fantastic article that's one of those reality checks that we all need time and again. So we'll have, again, everything in the show notes, but definitely something that you should read, bookmark, print out, and give to your entire team.
Yeah.
All right, and that does it for today's show. It is now officially not Marketing O'Clock. And remember, you can catch Marketing O'Clock here every Friday, or head to marketingoclock.com for the video, the podcast, and all of the links about all those stories we talked about today.
Yep.
We'll see you next week.
All right. Go do your homework.